1931 Royal Enfield Bullet. Introduced in 1931 as a four-stroke single-cylinder motorcycle, this model was the first to feature the Bullet name. It was different in a number of ways from its successors. It had an inclined engine with exposed valve gear, featuring 4 valves per cylinder, with 350cc and 500cc options. After competition success, the 350cc Royal Enfield Bullet was bought by the British Army for dispatch riders, and 3,000 were also supplied to the RAF during the Second World War. 1939 Royal Enfield Bullet. This model refreshed Royal Enfield's model lineup for 1939. It differed in cosmetic details, as well as in having 2 rocker boxes, which resulted in higher volumetric efficiency for the engine. The basic design with front girder forks was retained. 1949 model. A number of changes were implemented in order to bring the bike up to date. This model featured a vertical engine with alloy head and higher compression. The frame was changed to a fully sprung design using a swing arm with non-adjustable hydraulic shockers at the rear, while the front used a brand new telescopic fork of Royal Enfield's own design. This enabled the introduction of a bench seat made of simple foam and with no large springs. Power transmission was via the same 4-speed Albion gearbox as the previous model, with a unique neutral finder lever the rider could press from any gear other than first to shift to neutral. The crankshaft continued to have a fully floating big end bearing. The headlight assembly was enclosed with the speedometer and ammeter into a nacelle, which also served as the attachment of the front suspension, as well as the handlebars. An otherwise similar model, but with engine displacement of 499cc, made its debut in 1953. In 1949, the Indian Army ordered Royal Enfield Bullets for border patrol use, and the company decided to open a factory in Madras. 1955 Bullet. In 1955, Royal Enfield carried out some retooling and redesign at their Redditch plant in the UK to modernize the Bullet, and in 1959, some changes were made to the gear ratios. These changes, however, were not incorporated by the Indian Army due to its commitment to supply the Indian Army. Thus the British and Indian lines diverged, never to meet again. 1977 model. Enfield India Limited continued production of the 1955 Bullet design almost unchanged, reintroducing it to the British market in 1977 under the name Enfield. This was a period of stagnation for the Bullet. Due to the protectionist nature of the Indian economy, no need for improvement was apparent, and the brand survived into the 1990s essentially as a domestic Indian commuter bike. The bike's high fuel consumption caused a descending spiral of sales until the company, near bankruptcy, was bought out by Eicher Motors, a tractor and commercial vehicle manufacturer. 1997 model. After winning a trademark lawsuit, the company name was changed to Royal Enfield Motors. Many management and production changes were made, with the production process being streamlined and excess capacity redistributed. To preserve the Bullet's nature and reputation as a classic British bike, as the Raja Gadi, and to attract youngsters away from the newly appeared performance motorcycle market, the Bullet marque was split up into 2. The Bullet Standard 350 featured all the increased manufacturing quality and reliability, but was maintained in the traditional Bullet look, available only in black. A new model, available in more colors and chrome accents, CDI electronic ignition, and gas-charged shock absorbers, but with the same engine and gearbox as the Standard was launched. This model was called the Bullet Electra. The Electra 350 went on to become the best-selling Royal Enfield model, accounting for around half the company's sales. 2007 New Bullet. Ever tighter European emission norms forced the Bullet Standard 350 to end 2007 as its last model year in the EU, so when on-hand stocks were all sold, the British design engine Bullet became no longer available new. All new models exclusively featured the AVL lean burn engine. The introduction of a 5-speed gearbox meant that Royal Enfield could fix one of the long-standing quirks of the Bullet design. The foot brake is on the left side, while the gearshift is on the right. Accordingly, the Bullet Machismo 350 was equipped with this gearbox and a big hit in market, which was rich in design and first chrome model in Enfield. However, the left shift gear change provoked a backlash from Indian Bullet customers, forcing the company to not only continue the Bullet Standard with the traditional system, but even on the Electra it was offered only as an option, leading to the Electra 4-speed, traditional, and Electra 5-speed, left shift variants. New developments included the addition of electric start as an option on some models, while standard on others. New 2010 model. As a result of work spanning several years, a new set of engines was introduced. These were the unit construction engines, UCE. The 350cc UCE found use in the domestic model by 2011. The old cast iron engine had been completely phased out, including in the standard 350 model. Now all Royal Enfield bikes are only available with the all-aluminium UC engine. The 500cc UCE features fuel injection system and has greater power than any Royal Enfield 500cc motor. The 500cc UCE, with an integrated 5-speed gearbox, powers the current Bullet Classic model. In 2011 a third export model, the B5, was introduced combining the newer 500cc UCE engine with the traditional Indian domestic tank and frame. In 2017 Royal Enfield equipped Bullet 500 models with Euro 4 compliance, which included ABS brakes for front and rear and better emission control system. Bullet in 2020. Royal Enfield have officially confirmed that they will cease production of their 500cc engine, currently used in the Classic and Bullet models. It is to be discontinued in India from March 31, since the BS6 emission norms will make them unviable. The company will upgrade its lineup of 350cc motorcycles instead for Indian markets and promote its 650cc motorcycles as its primary export drivers. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe the Indian Guy.